Every year, PTEN conducts its aftermarket profile survey, and we always ask a few questions regarding power tools, whether technicians prefer air tools or cordless tools, and if they've replaced their air tools with cordless tools. Well, you might think you know the answers to these questions. The truth could surprise you. In terms of preference between air tools and cordless tools, the split is very even. About 50% say they prefer cordless, while the other 50% prefer air tools or have no preference. And when it comes to replacing their air tools with cordless tools, only 5% of technicians have replaced all of their air tools. 17% have not replaced any, and 77% have replaced some, but are keeping a mix between the two. Here today to tell us more about air tools and their role in the automotive repair industry is Matt McKegney, North American Sales Manager for AIRCAT Pneumatic Tools. Thanks so much for joining me today, Matt.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So, what trends have you seen with air tools in recent years?
We've definitely seen the smaller impacts and ratchet business go cordless. Any tool that they're going to bring, any fasteners inside the car is definitely cordless, and those are the ratchets and smaller impacts. So we've definitely seen, the market trending that way. But when it comes to production, I think it's still air. It's going to be, and for the foreseeable future, and that's all based on the technology that the cordless manufacturers come out. But right now, we still see the continuous running tools, which we call rotary tools, which are sanders, die grinders, those type of tools. Air still is preferred just because of the performance and the weight. So it all depends on the application, but we still see, the performance versus cordless determining what the technician is going to use. And it's all based on the application.
Yeah, that's so true. Um, I've heard from some technicians that they are working towards creating a cord-free environment, which would mean getting rid of some of those air tools. But why would you say that air tools are still very relevant and necessary for technicians to be keeping in their toolboxes?
Yeah, I don't see that happening as long as there's air in the tires. I mean, you're going to have to put in air, and so you're going to have airlines. Um, as long as there's air in the tires and shop equipment run off of air, lifts, etc., we're going to have air. And like I said, based on the application, production tire shops and stuff, they've tried cordless and they've gone back to air. And there's still a lot of advantages of air tools over cordless tools. Main thing being, cost of ownership, the durability, not having to replace batteries, the weight, and then in certain tools, the actual performance.
So then, what has AirCat done over the years to sort of combat some of those safety concerns regarding the tripping hazard that can result from the cords from air tools?
The tripping issue, I've been in the automotive business since 1980, started selling body shop supplies. My dad was a DuPont paint rep, so I've been in the automotive world my whole life. I really haven't had anyone bring that issue up. Anything on the ground that they can trip over obviously is an issue. Most shops now are using hose reels attached to the ceiling or the wall, so they're only out, when they're in use. The shop owners, like I said, in 44 years, I've not heard one shop owner, mention that to me. The biggest concern we're hearing now is the insurance companies are wanting to know how these shop owners are storing their the equipment using lithium batteries, because of the possible fire hazard. And I'm not talking just, electric vehicles, anything that uses a lithium battery. So that's their biggest safety concern, they're telling me right now.
So, can you tell me about some of your latest products and what about those tools makes them stand out against other air tools?
So AIRCAT was started in 1998 by a guy Bob Sterling, who passed away last year. And he had, I think at the peak, 37 Meineke muffler shops. And he went in the Northwest and he went into Seattle area. And I guess they had noise restrictions and he was getting complaints from the city about that. So his genius, he never finished high school, but he was just a genius when it came to metalworking. Um, and he took the basic design of a car muffler and inserted it into the exhaust of an air tool. So what it did was made the tools quiet without losing power. Previously, air tool manufacturers would take Scotch-Brite or some kind of a product material to muffle the noise, but that would get clogged up. And whenever you restrict the airflow from an air tool, you'll lose power. So he was the first one to do it. And he told me this, he said that his whole plan was just to license this to the major air tool manufacturers. And a couple of them took them up, and he had it patented. So we were the first ones to come out with a patented quiet exhaust technology that literally every other manufacturer uses some version of it. Our patents have run out. We've reintroduced some new quiet technology, but is what made AIRCAT stand out. And the quietness. And then our next huge passionate concern is the user comfort. Our tools, we want to make them the most ergonomic tools out there, regardless of cordless or air. So composite grips, in fact, our grips are patented. We think they're the most comfortable grips in the market. We try and make our tools lighter, reducing vibration. We came out with a new hammer mechanism a few years ago called the Vibrotherm Drive, first new hammer mechanism in 25 years. This reduced the vibration by half. And because of the way it engages, it engages so clean and flush. The durability is twice as long as like the most popular twin hammer mechanism. So we have 3-year warranties on all the Vibrotherm tools. So we continue to innovate. Again, we're trying to get more power, a lighter tool, a smaller footprint, a smaller tool, and obviously keeping it quiet. So user comfort is our biggest feature. We listen to the market, we listen to the end users, we ask them what they want, and we try and accommodate them as best we can.
That's awesome. I mean, that's exactly what a tool manufacturer should be doing, looking to accommodate
Hmm.
the technicians and those who are using their tools. And I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, looking ahead, what would you say you're seeing in the future for air tools?
I think like I said, as long as there's air in the tires, there's going to be air in the shops. And based on, just the performance, continuous running tools, production tools like tire shops, I think they've experimented with cordless. It didn't hold up or didn't work out for whatever reason. I mean, 2 major tire chains tried it, and they've all come back to air. I mean, air tools are going to be lighter. They're going to be more durable. Total cost of ownership is going to be always a lot less. Easy repairability. Literally anyone can take apart impact wrench, an air impact wrench, and put it back together in a half an hour. It's simple to repair. So I think, like I said, as long as there's air in the tires, there's going to be air tools, and the continuous running tools will definitely outperform anything else out there right now. And it's all based on the user preference. Completely understand that's the convenience factor of the cordless. Um, it all depends on the application, but air is here and is going to be here for the foreseeable future.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yep. Thank you.